Hello, and welcome everyone to episode 6 of LolAngels with a Z, hosted by yours truly, Ruby Spacek, and the remarkable, amazing, beautiful Lo, who is mute, but will be unmuted shortly because she is doing a marathon stream. So yeah, that is what is up, chat. We already have some people hanging out in chat, ready to go. Hi, what's up, Polly? Me and Lo were both streaming like right before this, so
okay, I just had to make sure, like, I got so many things. So basically I'm dual streaming. Like, there will probably be 2 streams. Like, my current 12-hour stream is showing this, and my dual stream is showing this also. So I have 2 streams. We have 3 LOL Angel streams going on right now.
damn.
But hey guys, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. You obviously have our amazing Ruby here and Lo. We have an amazing show this week for you guys, and I'm just hyped and pumped. And yeah, let's get this shit, Ruby.
Yes, so the topic we were gonna do, we had like 3 central themes that we wanted to kind of like talk about, and we have some video clips and other things relating to it. But last week we ended our episode talking about gratitude, and also great episode last week. Aside from, I think that was the episode where a certain incident happened. Was that last week? It feels like
Where is it?
I think that was. So we got our first porn bomb, because when you see something beautiful and wholesome on the internet, just natural to want to destroy it for some 100%. But that's okay, because we fell back, and guess what? I was ready to rock, so nothing got on screen, but we did get a little show backstage that was very disappointing and unfortunate. But we did have a good conversation talking about anxiety and having like friendships as an adult, and the difference between having friendships online versus in person. And we gave you guys a homework assignment of coming up with 5 things that you are grateful for, but specifically with like a moment, something that you would normally look over in life, like a smaller little moment.
Yeah, I think that we should start out by, giving people examples. I think that you should start, Ruby, first. And then we can get into, the recap. Well, obviously, we just did the recap of last week a little bit, but we also wanted a recap of our weeks, because our weeks have been pretty busy and just whatever. But you can go ahead with the things that you're grateful for.
So I've been in my upward spiral and already noticing just having this show, it forces me to seek out more positivity. And that's had this overall just like positive impact on me, so I have more emotional.
You should be able to hear me on here now.
Energy. Yeah, I hear you on this one.
Okay, but no, because I just don't want any like playback or whatever. I don't know how. This is my first like dual stream. I don't know what's going on, but I should be able to hear me now. I was gonna say they can obviously always come over to LolAngels. That like my stream will be running for these full 12 hours. I still got like 5.5 hours to go, but.
Crazy. I lose energy so quick. I like literally can't.
I have been, even though Ruby, I went to sleep at 4:30 last night, 5 o'clock. Like, I don't know how I have the energy for this today, but I need to hit monetization. That's what it is. I think that I am fueling on, okay, I'm about to be monetized. Like, I need to hurry up.
Plus, you've got the momentum of you have been really good with streaming and already like building an audience, and you're getting new people. Like, you're just really, I don't know. It's great because that benefits the show too, because you're bringing in like a different audience and have new people who will want to like call in and stuff. Because we want to hear from everyone. And we did do something special. I made something special for the Discord members. Now that there's, I think, 77. And I was monetized. I lost it, but I'm reapplying. But anyway, I'm all over the place. Let's get back to the 5 things.
So yeah, let's get back to it. You do your 5 grateful things first, and then I'll do my 5.
All right. So my first grateful thing is that when I fell and smashed my face, which is why I have this bruise on my chin here, and also I have the video we can watch if we want to see the moment it happened, because I was live streaming walking down the street and I took a slip on the ice. Anyway, but I'm so fucking grateful I didn't lose any teeth. I didn't break a bone. Like nothing like that
No, I'm
happened.
so glad. No, because we were just watching falls on my channel earlier, and like some serious falls, like if you fall, like you do a scorpion and fall on your spine, you can fuck your spine up. There's so
Yeah.
many falls. So like, yes, that is lucky. That is lucky. And I'm glad you are perfectly fine.
Yes, and it's been healing up, so that's one thing. And then the other thing, I've been loving just the beautiful snow in my city and the beautiful yellow architecture, and how on these beautiful bright days it like glistens the snow back, and it's just, it's very aesthetically pleasing. Uh,
Yes.
and I'm very grateful for my job, the fact that I get to work with my friend at a used bookstore constantly. It's exposing me to new information. I just feel like so many things happen in my life that helped put me in this like upward spiral, but that was one of them. And then for the other two, well, I know my lights went out. Well, I'm grateful for having electricity when it's on.
Okay, okay.
It's my fucking stupid ring light. Let me just fix my light real quick.
And it's okay because I'm pulling out my blunt because you already know. It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute, guys.
My ring light is like plugged in, and it was like mostly broken because I break a lot of stuff. But like I said, nothing broken in my body at the moment, so very grateful for that. And I'm also extremely grateful that I'm on excellent terms now with my brother, who I did have like a fight with, and we didn't speak for like a month when he moved out. So
I'm super happy for you.
yeah, I'm glad. It just seems like, I'm being able to take more accountability to in my behavior, to apologize to people when I need to. Because I mess up a lot. So it's a lot of apologizing, but I am trying to be better overall. So, and what's up from Mono? Dude, we got the whole gang here.
And Charlie Brown, Alex Moore, shout out to some people, Jimmy, Polly, BB, of course, Blue Boy, or Boy Blue, sorry. I am a little dyslexic, but what am I grateful for this week? This week, I am grateful for God, of course, always. I am grateful for my family. I got to have it wasn't okay. Let me say this first then. I had a peaceful weekend, so I'm grateful for that. I got to spend the weekend by myself, was house sitting for my parents. It was very nice. I love my alone time, my own space. So I'm very grateful for that. But I'm also grateful for when they got back home and we got to spend some time together and just laugh and whatever. I am grateful to almost being monetized, and I am grateful to all of my supporters and Ruby, of course. That's what I'm grateful for this week.
Best co-host ever. And one of the things we were talking about is how we express gratitude to the people in our lives, because it's easy to take people for granted. And then, it's so important. Like, we are both people who've lost people close to us unexpectedly, or, and it just makes you think all the time that anyone, anything can happen to anyone. So anyway, I took that to a dark place, but it is good to just show people you care. So I decided to show the Discord members how I care by making a drawing.
Oh yeah, we are going to be getting into our thing, but hold on, make sure.
I'm going out of order already.
No, you're good. No, you're actually in order. We recapped from last week. We did our individual weeks. We did our own grateful, and then now is our show and tell. So you can do your prayer. Well, I don't want to say it. Yeah, if you want to, because we're gonna do show and tell first, and then we're gonna do the arts and crafts, like what we made for them after we do the scripture of the day.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I'm also thrilled. So I work at this bookstore that's like pretty like left leaning. So often books about like religion are like discounted or in the free pile. So it's like a paradise for me because I'm always getting like cool little free books like about like theology. And that's a whole like genre of philosophy I had never really branched into when I was like an atheist. So one of the theologians and philosophers I've been looking into is Saint Augustine, who next to the Apostle Paul is considered one of the most influential men on how Christianity is perceived and viewed and widespread today. And he has a remarkable story that I heavily relate to also. So I was looking into him because of just looking into Christian philosophers. And then I learned about his life, and he had fallen away from God and was an atheist just like me until he was 33. And just like me, he also like fell into vice and sin and like a really ultra like rational hedonistic worldview. And I just think it's interesting that we both at that same age turned our lives around like and found God.
Story. So it's like you kind of like related to him on just like you've been through the same things, and that kind of what drew you to the book more than just a regular maybe prayer book or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, my mom got me these devotionals that, like I said before, at first I thought they were like, I don't know, I was never one to use devotionals, but now I'm fucking obsessed with them, you know. So
absolutely, I feel the same.
When I saw this is St. Augustine's prayer book, and it just has
all pull yourself on solo. This is our
let me show you.
Show and tell.
So this is the St. Augustine's prayer book, and I got this for 50 cents with my discount because it was in the dollar pile, but to me it's precious. And it was stolen from a library at some point, and then someone tried to sell it to the bookstore. So it also has a kind of wacky, wayward way of finding its way to me. But that's a lot of what the teachings in the Bible are about. It's about overcoming, and it's about how anyone can change in any moment. Even if you never knew God, you can get to know him in this moment if you approach him. And I think that's such an amazing message. And he's a great inspiration for wisdom. And later on in the show, we're going to be watching just like a 10-minute clip that goes over his life. And so this is my little show and tell item. I don't know if
I love it, Ruby. I love it. Here, I'm going to put this out. In my show and tell, guys, we do have like two different segments. Like I said, we have our arts and crafts and we have our show and tell. So my show and tell is a little bit more simpler, put together, whatever. But I just have 3 pictures uploaded, and I have like obviously just a story, not a story, or just like what it is behind it, and a video, I think. One video. So you can do the pictures first. You can do the pictures
All
first.
right.
Any one of them, I don't care.
What is this?
This is actually, okay, so this is the one that actually has like a backstory to it. I found this picture on my phone from years ago. Obviously, my friend sent this to me, my old best friend. Her name was Kirsten. It says Kirsten and Lauren Summer 2015 bucket. So this was me in 2015. In 2015, I was 14 years old. So this is what I had on my bucket list for you guys to show. Number 1, get pierced up. That's checked off the mark. You guys see who I am today. I'm not even pierced anymore. So number 2, win championships. We played softball and we did. That's checked off. Number 3, steal a cat. We didn't end up stealing a cat that summer. Number 4, put it in a coffin for Lauren. That's not checked off.
What does that mean?
Listen, okay, but wait. Number 5, drop it like an earthquake for Kirsten. There used to be like
we're not gonna gloss over the coffin. Was there a murder plan happening?
No,
was it for the cat? Like, was the cat gonna get married? This seems dark. I'm scared a little.
It was like not TikTok, fucking Vine thing or a sound on Vine that people used to do with like an earthquake or a coffin. They used to be like dances on Vine. So like, I don't know why we put that in there, but anyways, number 6, ding dong ditching. That one's checked off if you can't see. And so number 7, have a great summer. That wasn't checked off because we probably didn't have a great summer. But the steal a cat was just because we both loved cats and we were like, oh, we just want a cat so bad. Like, so that's my first picture. That's just a funny one that I found. And that's from 2015. So that's from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, guys. And that's crazy because I'm really about to be 24 this year. Wow, and so, yeah. Anyways,
time goes by fast, and it gets faster as you get older. It feels like time moves a lot faster.
And no, 10 years, like that's a whole decade. And like,
you only get like 8 of those if you're lucky.
Very conscious at this point. I was 14 years old, fucking making up a bucket list of what to do for the fucking summer. And At least I won my championships at softball.
That's what fucking adorable.
Okay, so this is a photo just of a sunset that I just want to show you guys because it's very beautiful. And sunsets and sunrises are my absolute favorite thing in the whole world. And I just love it. So yeah, that's that one.
Beautiful.
You can just leave it up there for a second, let it bask in. And then this is actually
it was like cute. Next. It's like when I'm at the art museum, I like see a painting and I'm always like, am I looking at it for long enough to like really get what's going on here?
But the next one,
beautiful. And these are like the everyday beauty, like the beautiful miracles of God that you can witness with your own eyes. It's just the beauty of nature around you, and the way it contrasts with like modern life. I always find it aesthetically interesting.
Do you see Jimmy's comment? He said the stolen cat could have kept Ruby's stolen dog company.
Dude, literally, quite literally. We have some weird, like very niche things in common. So
we do. It definitely.
It's honestly like weird.
And then this third one is the finished blanket of King T.O.'s blanket, guys. I finished it. That's what I shipped off today. I gave you guys a little sneak peek in my stream earlier, but that's just like a side photo that I took of it, just to show you like what the front and back looks like. And it's nice. It's big. It's about the same height as me, 5'9". It's a big extra large blanket just for him, like he asked, with some stickers. I always ship stickers off with my, like a sticker that, you know, gives me your personality. So I gave him 2 personal stickers.
I know at least one of them I liked. Also, I uploaded a couple just like quotes from other philosophers on gratitude. This one is: the greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. And that's from Seneca, famous ancient philosopher. And then from Epicurus, another ancient Greek philosopher, it says, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you hoped for. And I remind myself of that all the time with my channel, and feeling confident enough to put myself out there and make content, do something I enjoy, and find supporters in that. That is a real dream come true for me, just even on a small level. It means the world.
DG, I just wanted to say salute to DG. Hey. But yeah, I absolutely feel that putting yourself out in the world is very hard. I had a hard time with it, and I still do, like when it's in public, like real life. But on the internet, it's easier just because you're behind a camera. So
it definitely is. And then I uploaded one more quote, and this is from the famous philosopher Plato. A grateful mind is a great mind, which eventually attracts itself to great things. And I find that to be true. The more I live in gratitude, the more abundance I find in my life just naturally. When you're in this kind of like mode of just trusting in God's plan and receiving what's to come with that. And that doesn't mean it justifies inaction or bad behavior. You still have to take steps in the physical world to manifest that. But
100%, because fucking faith without works is dead. 100%. Like you got to put the effort in. Like I feel that sometimes, because my faith is always there, but sometimes like I tell you guys, like I just get tired, like mentally, physically. I can't. My social battery lowered. Yeah. But what was I about to say? Oh yeah, just show that last video of what I had uploaded.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh my god. I don't know. I uploaded it with my phone. I don't know why it stopped popping up here. I even added a cool little logo to it.
Did you?
Yeah, what the hell? I did it last minute, maybe because the tab was already open. It didn't go. Let me see if I can add it on my phone real quick, because it was a cute little video.
No, because I love painting, and I don't paint enough. I want to get more back into it, but I just like, I don't know. It's like how writers block, but painters block, literally. I don't know.
This might give like a weird audio for a second.
It's okay.
Let me mute under studio, media assets. Bro, it didn't upload. Let me just try it right now. It says it's uploading. Hold on. Now it's processing. The suspense.
The suspense.
I don't know. I thought this already happened, but maybe I X'd out too soon. Oh, yeah.
This my blessing. This my passion. School of hard knocks. I took night classes.
Cute.
Yeah, those were basically 5 paintings that me and my friends back home like drew all together, but we each had 5 minutes and then we passed it along to the next person. So each person had to add on to like everyone's canvas.
Right, I want to see it again because it went quick.
The first one that you see with the scorpion is what I painted. I painted that woman on there. I painted the woman on the last one. I painted the scorpion on the first one. I painted the red like writing, like the alien writing on the second astronaut one. I painted, I think, like
This my blessing. This my passion. School of hard knocks. I took night classes.
I did the lightning on the third one, and then I did the outlining on the fourth one. So like we all just did something different, but it was dope to do when you have like a big group of friends like that. And I actually have the painting here with me. I don't know why I didn't show. Let me get it.
Let's see it. And then, oh yeah, I have a little art project that I literally spent a long time on, like hours, guys. We're streaming to like 4 different things, but I think I can see all the chats in StreamYard. Oh, and thank you, DG. Ephesians based. Dude, I thought I uploaded some more Bible verses too that I had let me see if I can upload them right now. Add overlay. Yeah, I totally downloaded it. Oh gosh, it was like, yeah, 1 Thessalonians I wanted to add. Boom, baby. I'm getting fast with the StreamYard. She's getting fast with the StreamYard. Oops.
Okay, I actually have 3 that I want to show you guys because I don't have all my big canvases out right now, but oh yeah, those are like all me and my friends fucking signatures on the back because we all like obviously incorporated it. But this is the one in the video. They missed 2 blunts because
that's the blunt. That's like Ava
scorpion on it. Like someone made this, someone made the snail, someone made like the blunt, and someone made the ants and shit and whatever. But this is one that I did by myself. It kind of was just like an alien and something. I like to just paint stupid.
Ooh, I love that actually. Dude, you should show that to Healthy Family Force. Rich and Joy would love that. They're all about the alien shit. So HFF, you're watching.
Anime fans, listen, for my anime fans out there, this one is for you guys. This is a neon Hisoka with some...
Oh wait, I need to be soloing you. Wow. Wow.
That's better. Like without my light with it. Yeah, that's just fine. So cute. Anyways,
mega cute.
Super cute with these 3.
Oh, those are freaking adorable. I love it. I also made a thingy in my thing. Well, I uploaded a picture of it. Why haven't you pulled the verse? Oh yeah. Well, did you? I guess let me show my thing, then we could do the verse of the day. I had put up like I have 2 verses that I uploaded. One of the psalm, and then there was another one that I thought was good. Greetings, Dan. Nice to see you, I suppose. All right. Let me do what I was about to do, which is pull up this thing, which is gonna blow you away. Get ready. Boom. I wrote down every Discord member as a little dog.
Where am I? Let me see where I am.
You're in there, but where is it? Oh wait, did I? Oh no, I definitely.
Hold on, don't take it off. I'm looking. My face.
I know. Everyone, look and see if you could spot yours in there.
I see TK. That was the first one that I seen. Where's Lo?
I don't even remember where I put them all. I didn't put myself in because I was thinking of us as the dog, but I think I also put one in that said Lo because I was like, I may as well. But now I'm actually not positive.
No, we can definitely.
Because those are like the babies. Like we're the I was inspired by Puppy Surprise, the '90s toy, where it's like little. It's like a toy dog and it has like a bunch of little.
I see EA. Oh my gosh, I do see Lo. I'm the pink dog. You made me pink.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Wait, it's so cute.
I got you. See, I'm like the worst witness to like my own memory. I literally like don't.
No, that is absolutely amazing. And I love it so much.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, let me show on video. I spent it took a long time. And I doubted myself at moments for taking on such an ambitious project. But I wanted to show the members because when you're on our Discord and you're like active in the community, you're talking, people are posting their art. And it's also a great way for us to notify fans because YouTube is like really hit or miss with that stuff. So it just means a lot to have people in the Discord, almost at 100 already. We're at like, I think it was 77 or 78. But I'll show you in the physical. So that's the mama puppy. And it's inspired one of my puppy surprise. But I tend to draw kind of like, I aesthetically like 90s toys and like a bad taxidermy aesthetic. I enjoy. So yeah, those are my little things. And
I absolutely love them. I'm trying to upload because I'm guessing what we're showing our art. Since you showed yours, I got to do mine. But I got
Z-Star. Did you see? Z-Star is in there. Which one is Z-Star? Yeah. There's Z-Star, Polly, TK. I can't read it sideways.
I don't know where to put this.
Yeah, Scarlet, Stinky Bro, TK, Polly, Z-Star, Sekuma 90, Talmit, of course, Yeti Life, Stevie, Doge, Princess. We've got a lot of people. And also a recent addition is Lynx, who I recently made up with. A lot of people wanted to see us have like a show. Yeah, we made up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we made up. I invited her in the Discord.
Forgiveness for Ruby.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt bad about my behavior during that whole drama. I was like kind of unhinged, and I don't know. I just didn't like how I acted. So she popped up in my Discord, and I apologized, and we just like kind of moved past it. So I thought that was nice because a lot of people were like, "Hey, we'll set it up for you guys to like fight," and I was like, "Dude, no. If you get us together, we're gonna make up." Like, I just knew it. Like, it's just better. I prefer not to have like so many active, beefs over nothing. Really, like it's just kind of lame.
Okay, so are you finally ready for mine?
Wait, Stevie didn't see his, and that's a problem. You and Doge are holding hands. Some of the names I had to write small. Okay.
I love that.
I got everyone. Don't even play me. I got everyone.
I love that you made me a pink
BB, of course you're in there. BB, you're a big one. Wow. You people with the biggest, best dogs aren't even seeing them. BB.
Stop. Your dog is so cute with the little nose, right? BB. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Gamer HK. Ruby, Link Singers, Lo can be there. Well, Lo
can be there too, I guess. Who knows? But okay, Ruby, are you ready?
Let's go.
I hope.
Why? I'm sure it's gonna be all. You're such a good artist. I don't know why.
I know, but like it's not even like the artist like that. But I feel like I could do better. But we'll see. But it's like basically I made us a song for LolAngels, like how I have my intro. And
oh my gosh.
That's why I asked. So like I have a whole edit and intro for you, but I don't want you to get rid of yours. I think that we should make the intro like that we have now into the outro and this the intro or this the outro.
Well, let's see it. Yeah, I'm totally down for that. I made the intro on like CapCut in like, an hour. It wasn't,
All right, cool.
Thank you, Big Blue. And Quadratic, you're in the Discord, right? Then you would be in here. I swear to God, I went through every single person. Unless you're not, I didn't go through. It's just people who are in the Discord, unless you're not in it. But
yeah, but I feel like I could do better. Believe me, I know that. Like it's good, believe me, but it could be better. So I'm gonna try to do a better edit or something, a better song. And don't
this link is in our about.
Like the beginning of it, it sounds like it could be shitty, but then you got to keep listening to it, and then it's like, okay, this shit's actually kind of catchy, and it just fits our vibe, like nice, soft. We're LolAngels, like, all right, we got this.
We are LolAngels, shining so bright, spreading love, same heart, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Every step you take, every dream you chase, know that you're enough, you're in the right place. Ruby love, here to lift you higher, with love in our hearts, we're light in the sky. Ruby and gold, shining so bright, spreading love, lifted hearts, lighting up.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Hope in your heart, kindness in your hands. Together we rise like golden strands. No fear, no limits, just love and light. We'll change the world when we all unite. We are the LolAngels, shining so bright, spreading love, lifting hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Hope in your heart, kindness in your hands. Together we rise like golden strands. No fear, no limits, just love and light. We'll change the world when we all unite. We are the LolAngels, shining so bright, spreading love, lifting hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. To everyone who shares this dream, you're the light, you're the beam. Thank you for love, for faith, for grace. Together we shine, one heart, one place.
Oh, cute.
Stop.
Dude, well, I love the editing, but to be honest, I do have an aversion to AI songs, and
no, that's why I said I can make it better, because her voice could be better. Like,
well, I don't know if I like AI songs I don't know, because it's like I feel like it makes it seem like every other cookie cutter show where they're just using AI to like
that is true. I'm not gonna
you
lie,
know,
but
like I think it's cooler to have our fans like make real music. But
we can have it for just like, oh, if we want to take like a little intermission or something like that.
I love the editing, and I love that it was longer, and I even love like parts of the songs, but other parts of it, I don't know. I have a major aversion to AI. Maybe it's just me thing. I don't know.
No, I completely feel that, because that's what I was on too. But then once I made mine, I was like, oh, I kind of like making them now. So, but like I said, we can use it. It didn't matter for an intro or the intermission, like just put it in the media assets, so you can just have it in there so you can play it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like it. There's just certain, I don't know. I haven't the thing with the AI thing, but I don't know. Audience, am I crazy for being anti-AI? I feel evil for even saying that. You did such a good job with the editing.
You're not, Ruby. I no AI. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm being honest. I loved parts of the song. I loved the editing. But I do have like a slight aversion to having an AI song in any of my shows. It's been like,
I think the editing was nice, but I personally do like the AI song. So I thought that you would like it, but I didn't know that you didn't like AI songs. So I was like, oh, okay.
I just think as a musician, I think I have some weird like aversion to it where I'm like, feel like I'm competing with it. So I resent it or something. I don't know.
It's okay. I
understand. But I just think I liked having like a song that our fan like made for us. It was like cool to me. But
no, 100%. That's why I said shout out to MDX for making his beats for us. And because we still, maybe now that I think about it, I'm sure have the cut without the audio, but the second song that he made for us, didn't we listen to that? And that was like,
oh yeah, I love that one.
We could use that one instead.
Yeah, I love that song. I wish we could do like a poll on chat, because I don't know. I just feel like so many, maybe from seeing every LolCow show has like the AI songs, and I don't know. It like reminds me of that. Everyone left Lois channel for LolAngels. Guys,
Oh,
she needs to watch hours. That's why she's doing a marathon and stream.
Yeah,
I mean,
but LolAngels needs their watch hours too. We need our watch hours.
True.
It's fine.
It'd be nice to get.
I'm doing a 12-hour stream. It's perfectly fine. 100%. Like, but I appreciate it. OPC now. But yeah, okay, so let's get back to the scripture of the day, back to the notes.
Actually, I got a little visual for that.
Okay, so well, yeah, the topic of the day obviously is gratitude and building connections, communities, why they're important, things of that sort. The scripture of the day is Psalm 118:24. This is the day which, well, I have a different thing. Like mine came from this website that I use for whatever.
Oh yeah, but they all have mildly different translations.
You can see one on the screen if you wanted to while I'll read the description or whatever.
Sure.
Were you gonna read it?
Oh, I don't have it notes on.
No, I'm saying the one on the screen. Read that one.
Oh, I thought you. The Lord has done it this very day. Let us rejoice today and be glad. Which is a beautiful verse. And it reminds me of a song in church we sing. It's like, this is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made.
You first told me that you wanted to do it about gratitude, and I was looking up just scriptures about all different types of gratitude and whatever. This is the one that caught my eye. But the scripture, obviously, verse way whatever that I have it is, this is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And hold on, I gotta take a sip of water.
This is the day. Does anyone remember? That was a huge song that we sang in my church. I don't know. It's imprinted on my brain.
All right, so this verse is a powerful reminder of the importance of living each day with gratitude and joy. The context of the verse is a song of thanksgiving and praise to God, and that every day is a gift from Him. Thus, understanding of God's sovereignty and authority over each day serves as a reminder to believers to live with gratitude for the gift of each new day. It is a call to shift the focus from earthly circumstances to a heavenly perspective, recognizing that each day is a blessing from God. Regardless of the challenges it may bring, it encourages a mindset of positivity and gratitude, recognizing the day itself is a reason to rejoice because it is a gift from God. This version serves as a call to live each day with a heavenly perspective, recognizing the divine presence in every moment and rejoicing in the blessings of God's creation. And it's a reminder to trust in God's faithfulness and to approach each day with a heart full of gratitude and praise. And just be joyful and happy. And overall, every day is a new day. Every day is a new day to start to be a better person, to do something new with your life, to stop a habit, to stop doing something you don't like, whatever, anything. And every day it should be a blessing. It is a blessing for sure.
Yeah, and so much of the Bible's message is about living a life of rapturous joy, of connection, love, and bliss, and feeling connected to God, feeling connected, to nature. That I just feel like that's so much of the message, and so much people spend too much time just beating themselves up, or living in regret or living in anxiety about the future. And the message I am receiving from the Bible is that God really wants us to be in the moment. And so much of that is being in gratitude. And I try to remind myself every day that I walk into a house that's warm. When you're outside, it's so cold. There's people who are working outside all day in the cold. There are people who are homeless. And then I just think of that and how grateful I am for all the blessings that I have fucked up so many times. And I'm still, able to have an apartment, to have a job, to have friends, to have family, to have so many blessings that I don't deserve, that I try to keep that in check all the time, because it's real easy to just get lost in the routine of life,
100%. And that's the whole point. We're not deserving of it. So that's why we need to be grateful. Who are we to literally feel entitled to anything in this world? Because I don't know. And no, it's not, I understand what he's saying. It's not a help seminar. It's not, whatever, but it's a guide to obviously live your life in this certain way. And he does give you passages to make you feel encouraged to be strong. And so, yes, like the verses that we're reading is basically, like I said, to remind you of God's faithfulness to you and the gratitude that you need to have on an everyday basis. Like he wakes you up, he blesses you with that life. So I don't know. Imperious, fuck off. Anyway.
Everyone, fuck up. Lo has been doing a marathon stream and she's doing great. Enough with his wake up, Mark.
I mean,
little devil. And yeah, we're both smoking weed. I'm always manic and out of control, and she's always chill as fuck. That's
I literally hit the blunt, what, 5-6 times? Like, damn, that's stoned. Oh my gosh, guys. Like,
also, in a way, the Bible is the ultimate guide for life. That's kind of the real tool that it can be to people. And
what
I
the
don't know, I feel like
hell?
that.
But anyways, this is not LOL Angels. I personally love the scripture that we picked out for the day, and we were supposed to go to a 3-minute video for gratitude. Do you want to go to that?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then
Yeah, let me just show one more. When I was looking up other verses, I found this one just real quick that I downloaded just because I thought it was another good reminder, is to, like, even in bad circumstance, try to find the gratitude, try to find the lesson in that. So it says, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And I try to always pray for my will to align with God's will, and for me to stop having so much resistance, and laziness and all these things that, like, I struggle with. I'm like, I'm trying to meet you halfway, God. I'm like, let's do this. Like,
100%. I feel that. I don't know. Let's just watch this video so we can get in the funky, great mood that we need to get in for this gratitude.
Exactly. Let's do it. Stinky Brew says, Ruby, have you read anything by Eckhart Tolle? I haven't, actually. I had an aversion to him, seeing him as, I've always had an aversion to kind of anything I perceived as new age, like woo-woo-y kind of stuff. But I don't know. Now, since my life has crumbled so many times and I've had to build it back together, I'm not above shit. I need any tools I can to help me, and including self-help.
Oh shit. Did you want to share this? Tough guy, hey, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. I don't know who you're talking about needs the pimping, but somebody else. Stop doing drugs.
Do you want me to pull up the link, or?
No, I shared.
I don't know why it's not popping up in my thing. Present. That's okay. I can just maybe it's like on a different, because you're dual streaming. Maybe it's on.
Hold on.
Like another.
Stop sharing. They're just gonna have to sit over there for a minute. See if it works now.
Nothing's popped. Oh, yay, something popped up. All right, we got this. We get those tech issues and we fix it like that. Okay, we are on it.
Because sorry, I'm just typing in my chat. I told them to come over here because I am not going to be able to stream that while we're watching like the videos.
Okay.
All right, let me play this.
Research shows that adopting an attitude of gratitude, simply expressing appreciation and being more thankful, can measurably improve your overall well-being. For example, studies prove that gratitude can increase happiness, reduce depression, and strengthen resiliency. Grateful people often experience reduced blood pressure, less chronic pain, increased energy, even longer lives. People who purposefully express more gratitude report higher self-esteem than those who don't, and they're more likely to help others, a pro-social behavior also linked to greater happiness. People who capture grateful thoughts before bed sleep better than those who don't. Why so many positive changes? Because gratitude actually rewires our brains, kickstarting the production of dopamine and serotonin. Like antidepressants, these feel-good neurotransmitters activate the bliss center of the brain, creating feelings of happiness and contentment. This appears to be self-perpetuating. Research suggests that with regular practice, you'll train your prefrontal cortex to better appreciate and retain positive experiences and thoughts, and to deflect the negative ones. Here are a few simple ways to deliberately cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Celebrate minor accomplishments. Think about what you have rather than dwelling on what you don't. Tell the people in your life something you appreciate about them. Tell yourself too. Volunteer.
I love myself. I love you, Ruby. I think you're a star.
Feel better.
I love you too, and you are a star. And I'm sorry I shit all over your song. You did a good job, but
it's fine, absolutely fine. What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like
gratitude journal using
Don't
an
feel
old-fashioned
bad.
notebook.
I literally, that's one thing you can know
The
about,
science
like,
is clear. Give
anything that anyone feels that they might have like said something about me or like made me feel some type of way or something, that shit literally leaves my brain in 2 seconds, and
Bro, me too. I do not like literal. Yeah.
I don't really think about like stuff after I'm done talking about it unless it's like significant.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was kind of like just like a generic like video, but I think it's important to show like you can literally like change your brain. Like when you have certain thought patterns, it literally physically deepens neural pathways. So you just will keep tending to think that way. You have to actively start pushing against that to create new neural pathways. And that has real tangible effects, you know? People like, I don't know. People shit on it. I think it's good info. I don't know.
Okay, there should be people back over there. But anyways, no, I think that like even what he said like about going to bed and thinking happy thoughts and like that's gonna be in your brain, like it's what we talk about every single week. What you think about your environment that you're around, the people you're around, what you think about yourself, what you're saying to yourself, what you're thinking, it's all going to like become your reality. So if you're thinking good about yourself and being positive and having confidence within yourself, and you know, obviously it's more like I always talk about God, but just even what just yourself, you know, like you're a person, you got this, you can do this, you're great, you're amazing. You just need to tell yourself that every day. And
you can build confidence, you know, like through actions and by achieving things, even like small things. You know, for me, it built a lot of confidence once I like started playing music and people enjoyed that. That was like a huge solid confidence boost to me that I made something and people liked it. So when you put yourself out there, you do risk, you know, negative feedback, but that's also a good way to like really build up that self-esteem in you too.
Right. 100%. I feel that. I mean, I honestly got that, I guess, through streaming a little bit, that confidence, because I've never been like that confident, even like in high school, whatever. I wasn't ever popular or anything like that. I just kind of have always been in my own space, in my own head type of person. But being on YouTube definitely makes me like want to just like obviously open up more conversations, reach out more, think more deeply into myself, how I feel about others, how I feel about myself. Like there's so much shit that goes into it, and you know, sometimes it's a lot. It's overwhelming.
Dude, you've been screaming a lot, but and I also get it because you have this momentum. You're starting to like build up your audience, you know. So it's like you don't want to like lose track of that, but you have to like do self-care too. You know?
It's personally like a self goal. Like once I hit monetization, like I will continue to stream how I am, but a little bit slowed down, just because I want to be able to hit that goal of just doing what I want to do, but then I can eventually make like, you know, a set schedule, get everything I need to get. Everyone, you know, can know the days that I'm going to be streaming on, and it can just be more organized. Like, and I don't know. So, but yeah,
well, you're already doing great. You have a weekly set show that we have not missed one, you know, or met more than like even 10 minutes late to, you know, so you already have that like weekly set in thing. And so the audience knows you're going to be there. And then you've been streaming like almost like every day. You've been like, you know, I don't know, you're definitely doing a good job. And I've been very impressed. And I'm so glad you made a channel. And now Jimmy made a channel. I love like people, you know, putting themselves out more so we can build up a community.
Channel, I know, and it's been making me very, very happy because I love for people to get themselves out there, and it's just a nice feeling to be able to talk to just random people on the internet. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It's just different than talking to people in person. It feels just not like more trusting, but like more just
like free. Anonymous, and like there is like, it's, you know, that partial anonymity that like, yeah, and like feeling a little safer because it's a screen, it's a controlled environment. It's definitely like, for me as someone who's like on and off social anxiety, I find it a lot easier to like, you know, talk to people online.
Me too, for sure. I definitely think that. But
Jimmy, you made a channel, you're doing it. Just, I don't know.
Since we watched that video of the gratitude, obviously we can continue to get back into that, but we did have a lot of those questions that you wanted to ask for, like why we need a community or just the community segment. So did you want to ask some questions first and then watch the video, or watch the video first?
Maybe we can watch the video so I can get, and then we'll talk about it after. And hey, JTO Poker, dude, I want to go back to Vegas. That seriously was such a fun trip. We are going to do more IRL shit. It's going to happen. Also, audience, I'm going to see Baby Monster on the 28th. I do need to fundraise to get a hotel because I have tickets, or I'll be sleeping in the train station, which could be good content too. So stay tuned for that. But I will be taking chat with me for this trip. So you're all coming with me to this concert. All right, here's our next video segment.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I know you've got the
real power of
the word community sounds odd and a bit dispiriting. Some pretty negative images tend to come to mind. When we think about what other people are like, without quite realizing it, we draw on images fed to us by the media. And that's why we tend to think that most people are pretty violent, driven by success and fame, and not necessarily very pleasant. It breeds an urge to stay at home and make private life the center of things. We associate happiness with standing out from the crowd, with personal happiness, the nuclear family, and business success. Community feels like it's for losers. The individual is king.
Still full of running, and he's Götze! It's Mario Götze! It's so...
But then there are some weird moments. A big sporting event, an election day, extreme weather like a big snowfall, and we might make a discovery as basic as it's absolutely crucial. Most people are very nice. They're interested in small things. They're mild and moderate. They're funny. They're kind. They want to help. Despite some surface differences, they're like you. A painfully exciting idea comes to mind. If we could more regularly generate communal moments, meet people, hang out in groups, we wouldn't have to imagine that the whole world was so competitive and so dangerous. We wouldn't have to be so guarded, closed off, suspicious. We wouldn't be so focused on our own love lives and all their issues. We've allowed our worldview to be kidnapped by the media, by narcissists and sociopaths. We've allowed our sense of what's normal to be shaped by newspapers and television stations that make money from creating imaginary communities of monsters and pointing out everything that's wrong and to be scared of. We've allowed the kinder elements to seem like they're the exceptions, when it's in fact the bad that's the exception. It's time to change. What happens on those special occasions is the truth. Other people aren't strange or so different. We can trust in community. Of course, we need some special occasions, some encouragement to come out of ourselves. We're still too shy. At the moment, we only know how to do it around sport or the odd other occasion. But we should more regularly come together and learn how to do so. We should ensure that the nicest buildings in every neighborhood are the community centers. There's a huge part of us that longs to live more collectively. It's hugely
I do
beneficial
love a good
to be able to feel
community.
enthusiastic and committed to one's whole society, to feel reassured by membership of an admirable community. Collective pride takes the burden of self-regard off the individual ego. We don't have to do it all ourselves. We can belong to something better and sometimes greater than we are.
Oh, I could just take it off the screen. I forgot. I thought so. That video definitely had like a Libby slant to it, but like I thought it had some really good messaging and pointed out a real basic necessity that we lost like during the lockdowns. It really highlighted that we need, especially now that more people work from home and are more isolated, there needs to be more like some reason for people to organize and have time together, like just like in a sense of community. People don't know their neighbors anymore, and I feel like something was lost.
And that's what I'm saying. Like even myself, I feel like I do love a good community, like even like how we have our community here on YouTube, but I wish that I could have a community in real life that, you could just get together and it'd be just nice, good feels, and everyone has good intentions and whatever. But I fall into that, I guess, category of just like, oh, they do kind of like crowds, I guess, and just being around people do just make me feel just, so I don't know what to do about that.
I was just thinking, and I realized like some of the happiest points of my life were like when I had moved out and I was a musician and I was living in these kind of like artist musician collectives with like 10 other kind of like weird people like me who were also musicians. We'd be in bands together. I was always in a group of people with a very solid sense like of belonging. And then gradually that kind of disintegrated in the music scene, especially after the lockdowns. Everything shut down, and all my bandmates moved away. And now I've really felt the loss of what that community was. And there's still people around, but, I get invited to things here and there, but it just, it's a lot of pressure. So it's like, I miss that, like, oh, there's a show, you can go if you want or not. And it's like, there was more casualness when you're all together all the time. But I still think we can have meaningful community online. And I also wanted to connect it to like,
and I feel
our
like you
LolAngels community.
It is in real life. Obviously, I like just examples that pop into my mind. Like obviously churches, those are communities. Those can be great communities. Just like schools and parents, how parents like do. I don't even know. I haven't been to school in fucking forever, but just like little communities like that, and it's like nice to see like people actually helping out. And I remember when I was a kid and I was in school, they had a program for some of the students that wanted to sign up where we could go and like basically go help around and go tour like the Red Cross or whatever it is, that they allow homeless people to come stay in, and we got to like help them out, do some things for them, see how like it looked inside, got talked to, speech, whatever. But then we also got to go downtown and help, like they were basically like putting mulch and flowers around like all the trees downtown, and we just basically did community work as children. And like it sounds fucked up, but it wasn't, because it was nice, because we had volunteered. Like I wanted to do that, and it was nice to just actually feel like, because when I was in the car like with my parents as I was driving downtown, I'd be like, oh, like I know that I helped plant that like flower right there by that tree, you know what I mean? So it was a good feeling of just like being with that type of community, helping, doing charity work and stuff like that. So I wish I could get more into it, and I wish it was more just a thing in general, I guess. And it probably is, but I don't look for it. I don't know.
It can be hard to find, and like I have been relying more on like online communities for socializing, and it's like I work with my friends, so I see them there, but I a lot of times feel too tired to like after work want to do a whole other like thing. I want to just chill out and go online And I've been trying like with LolAngels for us to like intentionally like cultivate our own community. Like why not like encourage everyone to be creating together and networking and just like trying to push back against all the toxicity,
like
all the hatefulness.
It's a divide. I feel like a lot of, how can I put this? Just like things that are going on in the world and the things that they put out in the world and what, they put in front of our faces and just like how they just manage us is basically dividing us, if you know what I mean. So like divide is what we know, and we want to divide ourselves, and it feels like good, I guess, to isolate yourself, because I seen someone had commented and was like, oh, I wouldn't call that like isolating or whatever word I think it was Jimmy, but I'm not saying anything bad about it, but you had used a good definition. But I don't know, I feel like our community is kind of like one of them good communities, and that's why I like to think there are great communities on YouTube, even though I haven't really seen too many other good ones. But
I know
I think
it's a struggle to balance like being a welcoming, forgiving, open community that's non-judgmental, takes people from all political backgrounds. It's hard to make it, work for everyone at the same time. And I've been thinking a lot about, what like our rules, like, and how do we enforce them? And like, because it's a weird thing to even ponder. I've never had to enforce rules to anyone ever. Like,
really, no, that's
when would that have happened? I've always been like bottom bitch at any job. I was like head server for a month. I really don't have much experience in that.
And that's even like setting boundaries too. Like I don't know, like setting boundaries is super hard. I've definitely it's gotten easier over the years, but I feel like, just being a people pleaser, wanting, I don't know. I just read that
dude, chat is just chat, like they smell blood. Like if you're just like a teensy bit tired, or like you were streaming for 6 hours before this and they're like, oh look, like
I mean, I feel like I'm always monotone,
and then they all like sharks. Oh my god,
I don't know what you guys want me to do about it. Like I was born with this voice, so sorry.
Yeah, not everyone screams and acts crazy like me. It's probably just like the contrast of that.
Me personally, I feel like I talk loud in general, but at the same time, I don't know, like I'm just a chill person. Like my personality is literally chill. I'm not hype at all. Like, and it's just in my genes. That's just me.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's an awesome like superpower that you have. So chat just they just like to push people's buttons once they see they're like, oh, I don't know why chat, why are you like this? Chat, explain why. It's so
no, I'm curious that Lo is on the spectrum, guys. Calm down, stop, because it might be shit. Who knows? It could be like what? I
don't know. I think something's wrong with me. I don't know if I'm on the spectrum though. I don't think you're on the spectrum. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't know. Maybe I'm on the spectrum, but
maybe I wouldn't know.
Yay, Gummy.
Hi, Gummy Froggy. Aw, I like that name. I've never seen them in here, but I like that name. That's cute.
I'm curious, where do you even get that? We're both celibate. Like, that's not a bit. Like, do people not get that? So it's like, it makes no sense to come in here like with all this like sex talk to two women who aren't having sex. Seems a little, but whatever. So we do have another video that we're going to watch that's going to be diving more into like St. Augustine's life. It's like a 10-minute crunched version. He had like just truly a remarkable story. And someone mentioned in chat confessions. I have been reading them. And the confessions are basically like his autobiography. But then in the final chapters, it's his first, writings on like Christian theology. And then he continued, I forget the names of his other books because I'm fairly new to it. But I found his story really moving, and I found his writing to be very brilliant. And yeah, welcome back, Romano. Right. You have to get some food, dude. Yo, did I totally forget? I got pizza, bro. I forgot about my pizza. This has been here for like an hour. But anyway. Oh, also tell me, I don't know if you rebound at all, but you're in here too. Right there. Sorry, I'm chewing. This is Kino content. I made this is an appreciation drawing for all the Discord members. So I have every single Discord member is drawn as a little puppy, and everyone's names are there. This took me hours. This was very, very, very ambitious. I don't know how I did it, but well, I do know how I did it. I just focused on it and did it because I appreciate the support I've gotten, even though my views have been broadly down, like on YouTube and stuff. The donations have been up, and it's been awesome and been really helpful to me in my life. So I just wanted to show my appreciation for that. And then, yeah, and then I'm so fucking excited to go see. Why was I about to say like LolAngels? To go see LolAngels. To go see Baby Monster on the 20th. Mm-hmm. I'm hype. Ava. Oh yes, Ava's in here because she's in the thing. She's in our Discord.
Zach,
yeah, our link is in the links in our like about of the YouTube page. So if you guys are wondering how to join it, and it's free, it's not like a paid Discord or anything. It's just a free Discord just to help build up the community. And we encourage people to post their drawings. We have Stinky Brew, a very, very amazing artist.
I love when people post their art. It's so nice.
Like, I know. People are so girl. Yeah, we have a lot of talent. That's why I'm like, let's all just like work together and try to be a force to be reckoned with on YouTube of like positive people.
All right, so let's ask one of these questions. So what does it mean to feel connected? And like by that question, we mean to God, to yourself, to your friends, family, however you want to put it. So what does it mean to feel connected? Ruby, do you want to answer first?
Sure. I mean, for me, it's like, it's more than just being around other people. It's feeling understood. I feel like if I feel misunderstood, I feel cut off. I feel disconnected. So I could be around a million people or someone could be telling me, you know, they love me or they love this or that. But if I feel like they don't get me or understand me on a fundamental level, which is probably like 90+% of people, like I feel disconnected. So I have to get, you know, to the right people. But and then to myself is like knowing what I want. Am I connected to what I want? Do I even fucking know what I want? What do I want for this week, this month, this year? What is the fucking plan? Because if you're not planning, you are just at the whims of whichever way society takes you, and you might end up fucking on fentanyl fat, like in an attic somewhere. So you got to watch out for that, guys. But even if you do, you can always change. And yeah. And then to feel connected to God is like, for me, it just feels like this intense feeling of like light and energy and warmth. And like, you know, it does just feel like I'm really connecting with another being. And it's still like a foreign, hard to explain experience for me. So, but that's what I got. What about you, Lo?
Okay. So, I mean, what it feels to like, what it means to me to feel connected, I guess, like within people, like I definitely have to feel obviously a connection towards you. Like I gotta feel that, you know, I'm thinking of you maybe in just like moments, just all moments of my life. You know, I am considerate towards you. I do things that I guess I wouldn't do maybe for random people, even though I would help random people out. But it's just like I have this type of relationship with you that's feels like unbreakable. We have a love for each other. And this is regardless if it's family, friends, anything, relationship, it doesn't matter. And it just goes into like just the little stuff too, I guess, into like, you know, how much I trust you, how much like, you know, where the loyalty stands, just everything. I don't know. I guess it takes a lot, I guess, for me to feel really, really connected to someone in my personal just like self. But to God, what it means to feel connected to him, it's really just like everything to be connected to God. Like, I don't know, like, I don't really know how to answer that question. What does it mean to feel connected to God? Like, it
I
means
mean, it's like, what does it feel like? You know, it's like, how do you describe it? I don't know. I don't know
it's
where it
like
is.
a
I just throw
feeling of,
questions out
when
there.
I describe it, it's like a feeling of like no other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, even just like on a happy day where you're in the car with your friends and you're going somewhere, or say you're at a party, or just your favorite thing to do. Think of that. But then something greater than that, like something you don't think could be greater than that, that's God. Like that God's presence is like, we love you. God's presence is literally just like everything. And I don't know. I forgot what I was saying because
It can be hard to I didn't find anyone. I went a long period of my life with like no friends and like very, very little social contact at all. And then I made a close friend who's still my friend to this day. Um, I met her. We like my older brother was like, "Hey, do you want to go dumpster diving with me and this girl?" And she was like this awesome chick. She had like a shaved head, and me and her ended up starting playing music, and we played music together for like 15 years. But she was one of the first people I felt connected to. She also kind of had a different upbringing and, you know, different way of looking at things. And, you know, we were both kind of like socially weird. And I don't know, it felt good to have like at least one person, you know. But I also, just in case people don't know, it's been bothering me, but like my chin is still bruised, but I did want to show, I found I have a, the video for the people who didn't see it happen live, because it is recorded, and that was kind of a big fall. Let's see. I just want to share it real quick so you can see it. I had to make it short.
Oh yeah, no, let me see it, because I don't think I watched it.
Did you hear it?
Go back.
Okay, that sucked.
Dude, listen to the crunch. That fucking
Ruby, you did not fall like that. You did not
dude.
fall.
And I'm so glad I didn't lose teeth, but I was like walking and like filming and being, you know, ridiculous. And then I wanted to like pose with a snowman. I just fell and like hit my chin so hard. I thought it was going to be like bleeding, and then this like bruise developed. This is after it's like covered with makeup. It looks kind of crazy. But I feel like it just makes me look like gross. Like I'm just like, I should have gotten like a Band-Aid or something. But anyway, that's why.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you, because I told you I have not had like a fall like that. Like a fucking bro, them falls are bad. That's all I can say. And I haven't had one for a very long time, and I hope to not have one anytime soon.
Yeah, everyone be extra careful walking on the ice, because you can lose teeth, you can lose consciousness, you know, it's like
break wrists, break on anything, literally. You fall the wrong way.
Fuck up your knee, mess up your back, cool, your life's fucked forever. It's so easy to, you know, just don't take your body and your health for granted, man, because that can go in a heartbeat, you know. So, but yeah, it wasn't that painful, and honestly, it was worth it for the funny moment. Like, it ended up being funny, and it's funny it happened on stream. So people like seeing crazy shit happen on IRL streams. So it's like,
no, that was actually so crazy. The fact that happened on live, of course. Like,
I know.
The odds of it is wild,
dude. That was a tough one. I was literally covered in snow down my like chest, like on my sunglasses everywhere. So what's next? What do you want to do next?
I'm looking at the comments, but okay. So the next question is, how do you show care? I'll answer this one first. I show care through my actions of how I treat people, making sure I'm conscious of their feelings. You know, obviously I don't ever try to say anything hurtful to anyone. If I can do what I can for someone, I'm gonna do it. Just showing them love, giving them reassurance, telling them the things that they need to hear, the good things and the bad things. and just giving them my best advice and just being there, supporting them. That's
I mean, in my experience, you've always been very supportive and just like always, just like a positive person to be around who like sees positive attributes and isn't afraid to tell people. And I try to not hesitate to tell people too if I like see something I like in someone.
absolutely.
Because I always am finding beauty in people or in their actions. And it's like a lot of people don't know. They hate themselves for no reason or they love themselves for no reason. Everyone's got it backwards, man. It's always like the worst people are the most confident, and then like the best people are like the least confident. It's but
yeah, that's why I'm trying to get better at it, because I'm like, I know I'm not gonna say I'm a good person, obviously. Like, you know, what is anybody could like argue the definition of good, but I definitely feel like, you know, some of my morals are good, and I try to just like, you know, just be the best that I possibly can be. And so when I see other people that love to like use others people's like kindness, you know, for weakness and shit, like, because even someone said that in like my chat earlier, like, I think it was like, I forget who it was, but even BB came to my defense, like, no, don't take her kindness for weakness, because
yeah,
at the end of the
you
day,
will
like,
lay down the law, and it's like these people like fuck up. Like, come on.
that's what I'm saying. And I can be nice, but I like being nice. Like, why would I be mean? What's the point? What's the point in being mean to someone? Like, why would I ever want to make someone feel down and low and like below themselves? Like,
for clout, for money, selling your soul. You know, that's how it goes. And YouTube, the people really will sell out everything in their lives, and it's very sad. For me, like with the people in my life, I just make an effort to like, you know, like at least like text if I'm not going to be physically present like as much. I'll, you know, make an effort to text. And when I see people, I am honest with them, like about how awesome they are, or even if there's things I disagree with. I don't know. I feel like I try to communicate that. And I also like make crafts for people. So I've like needle felted little like figurines for like all of my friends, like on holidays and stuff. And I've always done like cards and stuff to send to like my grandparents. You know, cute. I sent my grandparents a drawing like it was like 6 years ago, and every time I go visit them, it's still in their fridge. Like they live in Florida, and they're obsessed with it, and they talk about it. They talk about it all the time. So those little things, those little things you do make such a difference. And it's like, you know, people hesitate because it's kind of like gay or cringe, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like fuck that. I think it's gay and cringe to resist being yourself, to resist being kind because you're afraid of people judging you. That's kind of gay.
And that's what, like, I don't understand what type of judgment someone, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, people will judge you for anything, but like, that's what I will never understand. How can someone judge someone for like being uplifting and like happy and encouraging and joyful? Like, is that a horrible thing to be? Like, people literally, why are you so happy? Or
people project people who are like aren't happy. People can only know their experience, so they assume everyone else is like them. So if you're acting happy, you're lying, or you're being deceitful, you're being fake. There's something, because they are, it's very unfortunate, but they literally can't conceive of a different way of being, and that's tragic in its own, you know. So I try not to take it personally when people like that, you know. But it's hard, and I do react, and I make mistakes, and I've been very reactive online, and I kind of fell into it's like, it's funny to be reactive and to argue, but I definitely have taken it way too far, way too many times. But you know, I'm glad a lot of people give me chances and have stuck around for the Ruby train wreck.
Yeah, no, it's not a train wreck. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, it's like a train getting back on the track.
That's what I was about to say. It was like a train, like the tracks were a little wobbly at first.
Like wobbly for like, you know, it's like 34 years, whatever.
Right.
33 years, just like Saint Augustine. So, you know.
All right. So now that we answered that one, all right. So the next question is, what's something you can do today to make someone feel special? I feel like this right here is making someone feel special. That's my answer. Guys, I love you, and I think you're all so beautiful and amazing, and you can do anything in your life that you possibly ever want. Okay?
Bars.
Bars.
I think for me, something I can do that's small is I think I'm gonna text the people who gave me like birthday presents and stuff. Like I don't know if I gave like a proper thing. Obviously, I said thank you in the moment, but sometimes it's nice to let people know, like, hey, that thing you got me, I'm using it like every day and I love it. And like reminding them that, like, hey, I use this thing all the time. I'm so glad I got this. Like, just remind people of that because that makes them feel good. And I don't know. That's one thing I can think of.
Okay. Let me see. I confess, Lord did make me smile today with scarf in the package. I felt so bad when you said you made one. I didn't mean it like that. I was mad. I know you were mad, and that's why I put it in there because don't be rude. And there goes your fucking scarf. Sorry for cussing. Hello, angels. Anyways, do others show you that they care about you? Yes. I would say a decent amount of people show me that they care about me, vice versa also. So
yeah, I feel the same way. I in my like personal life with my friends and family, I've been incredibly lucky, especially now that I've been online meeting all different kinds of people that are like outside of my general social like sphere. I'm realizing how lucky I am to have that like just like foundation of friends and family who've supported me, through all my fuck ups. They already know all the bad shit. Like, there's nothing to hide. Everything's out there and they still love and accept me. And yeah. I feel like I get a lot of support too online. So it's ridiculous when I get hung up on like the minority of like negative comments because it really is a tiny minority.
That's what I'm saying. You have so much love.
I really do. It's overwhelming. Like, and yeah. So I super appreciate it because it's hard as a person to ignore those little comments. And I thought it was like funny to engage sometimes, but it's ultimately like just I want to focus on the people who've been just like awesome, which is like 90%
and what did you draw? You drew all of our Discord members. That was you showing appreciation to
exactly. That's
love. So absolutely,
because there's no faking this. I spent hours drawing.
All them dogs. Are you kidding me?
They're all little puppies in there for every single Discord member.
Maybe the next one we can draw them all as little angels.
Yes. Oh my god, I was thinking about adding like angel wings, but it was already like so like crowded. But that's gonna be adorable. But I think so, yeah, too. That's one way I show I care.
All right.
Was there anything else, or did you want to watch the August movie?
I don't really know how to like answer it. So, what is your community? You can go first.
I'll put gummies in my mouth.
Okay, let me see. What is my community? I mean, my family is my community. God is my community. Like, obviously, my brother and sisters in Christ, you guys. Like, I feel like, when they say, like, oh, you need to be having, like, a village around you, like, a village can be more just than outside of your family. You can have a community with anybody. But obviously, like I said, since I don't, like, go outside and make communities with the outside world, I like to keep what I do have, like, in my family and on YouTube, like, very close to me. So that's what I would explain as my community.
I think for me, for a long time, it was like the music community and like artist community. So I was surrounded with a lot of people who are like very similar to me, and that extended like throughout like all of New England. And that was like such a nice feeling. But then as I've gotten older and I've had less desire to be like out and about as much, I've been trying to reconfigure like what my community is, like what is my community without music? What is my community if I'm trying to organize around deeper principles in my life and not just around like liking the same bands? I'm trying to find that community online, and if it's not there, trying to build it, and seeing what happens.
I think it will definitely get there. Like you and me both just said, like, you got to focus more on all the good and love that you get than the negative. Because
And I have like a friend community
that's
group.
gonna always come around. They're always going to be there. So you might as well just literally, how I read in one of my asshole stories, suck it up and get used to it, I guess. But let me see what the next one is. How do you develop a community? You can answer this one first.
I think you have to have an organizing principle, so like for LolAngels, we're trying to develop a community around a principle of like being kinder online, and just being more sincere to fight back against all the cynicism. So we're trying to organize with people who relate to that, who are kind of like bored with just like soulless, like dumb trolling and like just dumb, oh wow, let's pay 2 homeless guys to like beat each other to death, yahoo, like just rejoicing at others' misfortune. I find it all to be kind of evil, and I'm feeling confident enough at this point in my life to stand on my own and stand on my principles of what I believe in, and hope that other people relate to that and come find me. And on YouTube, you can build a community by putting yourself out there and saying, hi, I'm doing this, are you interested? So, and definitely getting a new dog. No bump fights. That to me is so hellish entertainment wise, like. And I feel like that's like a direction we're going in with, like, with how Lolcow Queens and the spin-off shows are going in a really degenerate, depraved direction that concerns me, even I don't know. And I don't know. I haven't tuned in as closely.
Sorry, I had a glass of water because
no, you're fine. That's why I always like have like 80 beverages. I'm literally the thirstiest person ever. But I was just saying, basically, to make a community, like, for example, I want us to build a community for LolAngels. So to do that, we have our principles, which is like just being kinder online, like loving God, being positive, and just fighting against like the stupid like trolling and cynicism and hate, right, and people monetizing hate and just this really sick stuff that's going on. We want to try to offer an alternative because we think that there is a market out there and a demographic of people who really want that, because we do, and there's other people like us.
I mean, I feel like we wouldn't have the viewers that we're having if we didn't. Like, yeah, some of them might not be here. They might just be here just to see if we make it or if we fail or not. But I feel like a lot of people are here to get that encouraging word in case they don't have it in their lives. Like, yeah. But I didn't hear what your answer was, so I'm sorry. But what was the question again? Oh yeah, how do you?
It was like, how do you develop? And I was basically just saying you have like a principle that people can organize around, or you have an interest, whether it's music. But I want to organize around principles of like goodwill and like being kind to your fellow man, and really basic things like that. And
yeah, I feel like, how do you develop one? It's really just taking the small steps of putting yourself out there,
and saying like, hi, I'm looking for like-minded people to help build like a community, and let's go.
Exactly.
And we have people on board. We have all our moderators like Thomas, Stevie, and all these people who are like, who've gone above and beyond to help us out.
And it's
what
just
are we
like
talking about right now? We're talking about community. Like, how do you develop a community? I know it's like kind of like an esoteric, kind of like weird question. So I don't know.
I mean, I think it's a good question because a lot of people, like, if you want that type of community you're in, hopefully, you don't want to make a bad community, but like, it's obviously, like I said, taking those first steps of, obviously making your goals of what you want your community to be based on, your values, your morals, promoting yourself, promoting what you stand for, finding other like-minded people, and literally just going at it at a slow pace, like, because it's not like it's gonna like show up tomorrow or anything.
Exactly. We're figuring it out as we go, but I do have like a strong sense of that we are already have a community that's almost 100 on our Discord. We already have over 300 just here on YouTube within 1 month. It's been an amazing outcome, and I feel like a positive impact just in my life in general from this show. It's making me want to hold myself to a higher standard. It's making me want to
100%.
think and find positivity to bring to the show.
And
So
it always makes me it makes me think, like how I said earlier, like obviously the non-significant shit doesn't stick with me, but I'm always like reflecting on our episodes that we have, like, because we really do be talking some real shit. And like I think one of, like, obviously Jimmy's episode is unbeatable, but the one episode where we were talking about just, you know, not talking so much because people aren't gonna like hear, the people are gonna hear what they want to hear regardless, and you're like, your opinion really doesn't matter, like, if they're not gonna listen. And that one stuck with me so much. So I feel like this show definitely has an impact like that. Like it is building that community that people need to just be reminded on the things of life, I guess. And yeah, some people may say we're not the best people to give it, but just like how I say, who am I? Who are you to say that?
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, yeah, and we're not like experts in anything, but we each have a story and we each have a strong sense of purpose in our lives, and we each have like creative gifts that we want to find a way to harness and like combine the gifts that we have to make something cool and make something that people enjoy and relate to. You know, that's the goal, and we're having fun along the way. And I don't know.
No, I love our show. Absolutely love our show.
Were there any other questions, or do you want to watch the last clip?
Oh, there was one last question. One last question. What if you have nobody? Do online communities count? Me personally, I think you're never alone. If Universal's watching, shout out to Universal Jones. I always say, like, obviously you're never alone. God's always with you. So I'll never feel like I never have nobody, but just having that, like, in real life, obviously community and people, I would count online communities that they do count, because like if you don't have people in person and you only have people to talk to over the internet, like those are your, I guess you can say, acquaintances or friends to some extent. And so why wouldn't it count as a community? Like, but
I think it totally counts. It's like, it's not as ideal as being in person, and you shouldn't use it as a crutch, like, instead of. But if the alternative, so many people throughout history have just been utterly alone in their lives, and the internet did provide a source of connection for a lot of people who would never access it.
Right.
So I think it is like, I don't know, I think it's positive that way.
So you want to play the School of Life video?
The St. Augustine one.
Okay.
Thank you, Danny. Yeah, Universal's great. Me and him got in a little back and forth the other day, but we made up pretty quickly. Because that's how we roll in the Angels community. We might fuck up, we might tussle, we might have words, but we make it up like quick.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Saint and doctor of the church, you probably think of someone who lived a long, holy life, who was groomed from a young age in the teachings of the church, who never held heretical beliefs or committed terrible sins. You probably don't think of someone who spent 33 years as a heretic, had a child out of wedlock, and whose most famous prayer is, "Lord, make me chaste, just not yet." And yet, that is our St. Augustine, one of the most important theologians and leaders in church history. He lived a tumultuous early life, but ended up saving the church from two major controversies, and is certainly a saint you should know. What did he do, and how is he still relevant today? This is Catholicism in Focus. Few saints can say that they've experienced more carnal pleasures and shallow exploits than Augustine. Born in 354 to a Christian mother, Augustine had no interest for religion in his early life, moving instead to Carthage to study rhetoric and indulge in the temptations of the big city. That line about "make me chaste, just not yet," yeah, he admits that he used it as a pickup line, and apparently it worked, because he fathered a child out of wedlock while in studies. At some point along the way, he did have a religious conversion, but not exactly the one you're hoping for. Seeking answers to life's deep questions, but indignant at the images of God he saw in the Old Testament, he became attracted to the religion of Manichaeism, a Gnostic religion that focused on the struggle between good and evil forces. For Augustine, dualism, that is, having a powerful evil force next to a powerful good force, helped to explain how God could be good and yet evil still exist in the world, but more importantly, why he felt so much evil within himself.
Not religious, but
Having
we
made
love
so
God.
many mistakes, particularly of the sexual nature, it was comforting to think that some powerful being might be behind it. Fortunately for Augustine and the church, though, his life with the Manichaeans would end up being short-lived. In 384, at the age of 30, he was appointed as the professor of rhetoric in Milan, where he would meet his match, Saint Ambrose. Being the bishop of the city and a powerful orator, Ambrose was familiar with Manichaeism and knew how to exploit its flaws. Trained in rhetoric but also philosophy, he introduced Augustine to Neoplatonic thought, popular at the time among Christian intellectuals, offering him entirely new ways to deal with the problem with evil. Augustine eventually became a Christian, baptized by Ambrose in Milan in 387, and planned to live a quiet life of study and prayer as a quasi-monk. Oh, plans, how God laughs at them. Shortly after his baptism, he traveled to Hippo and went to the cathedral with the idea that he would be recruiting members to his monastery. When he arrived, he was surrounded by the congregation, seized and dragged to the bishop, who, get this, ordained him on the spot. Something that sounds absolutely extraordinary to us today, but was actually kind of normal back then. Eventually, he became the bishop of Hippo himself, turning the bishop's quarters into a monastery, requiring his priests to take vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, and lived happily
This is
ever
also in the
after,
year like
studying and praying with
350.
no
This is
controversy
so
what year?
whatsoever.
Like
The
350.
end. Yeah, no. He had the wrong job at the wrong time to think that he could live out his
Thousands years
days
ago.
as a peaceful monk. The church was in turmoil, and he was too gifted not to get involved. The first of two major controversies that he faced dealt with the issue of readmitting Christians that had sinned mortally, particularly those who had abandoned the faith due to persecution. Under the rule of the Emperor Diocletian, some priests and bishops had handed over the scriptures of the church and fled for their lives. After things were safe again, some tried to come back, wanting to serve again as leaders. Donatus Magnus and his followers, called Donatists, rejected them. Their sins removed them from the body of Christ, and so they needed to be rebaptized. Any sacrament they celebrated would be otherwise deemed illegitimate and invalid. Given the circumstances, but maybe even today, this position may seem attractive. People want to know that they are a part of the pure church, the one that has remained faithful, not one in which its ministers are traitors. Given the choice between being baptized by someone who denied the faith and one who remained faithful, we're going to pick the latter every time. But this is flawed logic. What Augustine rightly points out is that it's not the faith or power of the minister that affects the sacrament, but rather the faith and power of God. Even if the minister is in a state of mortal sin, the sacraments are still valid. Given the priest abuse crisis in the Catholic Church today, this is good news for everyone. We strive for holiness, yes, but the church here on earth is a mix of saints and sinners, and God can work through us all. But do we necessarily even need God to do what is right? This was the question of a man named Pelagius, who sparked an even bigger controversy just a few decades later. His argument is this: Adam and Eve sinned, and that made things worse on earth for sure. Sin is bad. But it doesn't mean that any of us are permanently damaged to the point that we can't, on our own, from our own nature, choose what is good. Jesus came to show us the way, but he is at most a guide. Some don't even need him at all to get into heaven. Even if you've never studied theology a day in your life, this should sound troublesome to you. We don't need Jesus? Given that Augustine still had quite a bit of guilt for the sins of his past life, his perspective on the human condition was not this optimistic. Because of the stain of original sin, a concept that he is credited with developing, each and every one of us suffers from what is called concupiscence, a distortion of our desire for what is good. While God created us as reasonable beings, our carnal natures blind us, leaving us unable to fully choose what is right. It's for this reason that, yes, we need Jesus' example, but even more than that, we need liberation from sin. We are unable to save ourselves and so rely on God's mercy and Christ's sacrifice to redeem us. Ultimately, Pelagius was condemned as a heretic, and most of St. Augustine's teachings on Christian anthropology, sin, and redemption were codified in the Council of Carthage and Synod of Orange, marking the first official records of original sin in church teaching. Beyond saving the church from these two controversies, Augustine served as a faithful pastor and influential thinker for decades, making major contributions to the church in the fields of creation, just war theory, free will, eschatology, and scripture, and ultimately receiving the much-deserved title Doctor of Grace. Spiritually, he wrote many works as well, meant to evangelize and catechize the faithful, classics of Western literature that are still read today. His City of God compares the Roman earthly city to the eschatological reality of the heavenly city yet to come, and his personal memoir, Confessions, arguably the most famous work of the ancient world, captures the struggles of his life and the faith that guided him through it all. Late have I loved you, beauty so ancient and so new, late have I loved you. Lo, you were within, but I outside, seeking there for you.
he's
And upon
talking
the
to you
shapely
directly.
things you have made, I rushed headlong. I mishappened. You were with me, but I was not with you. They held me back far from you, those things which would have no being were they not in you. You called, shouted, broke through my deafness. You flared, blazed, banished my blindness. You lavished your fragrance, I gasp. And now I pant for you. I tasted you, and now I hunger and thirst. You touched me, and I burn for your peace. Through a life of folly, Augustine learns that nothing could satisfy him from the outside world, only God. He wrote, "Our souls are restless until they rest in you, Lord." Luckily, it is not our responsibility to find God, for as he learned, the Lord is closer to us than we are to ourselves. No, Augustine never really forgot that he was a sinner. It was his early failings, his ongoing struggle with lust, that for better or for worse, informed his theology, guided his relationship with God, and significantly affected Western Christianity. Some have argued that his inability to deal with his own sins left us with a bleak view of human nature and sexuality, and there might be some truth to that. But it is far more true that it led to an incredible foundation in grace. No matter how badly we've sinned or how far we've strayed from God, his grace is enough. It is God who created us, God who inspires us to do good, and ultimately, only God who can fulfill our greatest longings. St. Augustine taught this, and our church benefits from this even today. Oh, and one more thing. You notice how all throughout this video I said Augustine and not Augustine?
Yeah, I don't know which one's
Yeah,
right.
I'm sorry to the good people of Florida, but you pronounced the name of your city wrong.
So it's Augustine. That's funny. I was calling it Augustine, but I only just learned who he was fairly recently. But I found his story to just be really relatable, and what I've read of the Confessions, it's insane that this writer from thousands of years ago has this piece of work that's still moving people and changing lives and shaping the way people connect to God to this day. Like,
I've never heard
having
of
that
this guy, but that's what I'm saying. He obviously have had a huge impact on the world and what Christianity, Catholicism, or Catholic, whatever is. I've never heard of him, but he seemed like, he obviously had a great story. He found out in the end, obviously, the truth, what he said, or I can't even remember the exact words that he said, but like, your soul can't rest until like you rest with the Lord. And the fact that he came to that in his ending, like that's a huge sign to why obviously he was probably so impactful to religion, I guess, because he went through this whole like life story, journey, whatever. And then he made it to the end and realized God was the answer, which, my opinion, guys, Jesus is Lord. Come on now.
Yeah, get with the program. And yes, thank you, OPC Dub. We're gonna get low those watch hours. It's gonna happen. She's gonna be at 1K sub soon. We are gonna take over fucking YouTube. Watch out. I think you will, because it's like your quality content, you're interactive. It's like, I just don't understand. I see so many streamers who like are just sitting there ignoring chat or like, just I don't know. I feel like it's just like this market wide open for people to take over. Like,
Yeah, that is definitely true. But no, I did like that guy and I like that video. And that's the book that you have on, like what his story is.
yeah, oh yeah. So that's connects to I have been reading about him just because I've been reading into more like Christian philosophy. Where did I just put the book? It's right here. And then yeah, I've been reading about him online, and then I see this in the dollar bin. I just see the side of it, and
it was just like a sign for you. It was a sign.
And I actually was reading it, and it like moved me like to tears at points, like things I was reading, because it just made me it's like a reading about like, you know, for God, like losing a son, what it means to lose a child, you know, and
oh, that would be horrible. I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, and it just made me, you know, really think of what that meant for God, and also think about what it meant like for my parents to lose a child. And you know, I was like crying for a while, but it's like I try to avoid those feelings a lot. So I do think it's good to address it occasionally, and just try to like move through it.
No, I mean, I feel that absolutely. I always tell people that, like with my dad, like I never address it because when I do, like if I talk about it, I'll just cry. And like,
yeah, it's like too.
It's like, oh, I'm like sad and like whatever. I am sad, obviously, but it's just like those feelings are so fucking hard to talk about that like I physically like I could get them out, but I'd be sobbing the whole time. Like
exactly, I know it's like it's hard to talk about those things. But yeah, it's just like it's a book of all of its like prayers, and it has like comes with like some drawings too. Like, and we know we love a good picture book.
Okay, I like it's like perfect size. It's like tiny, but
yeah, and it's like portable. But I'll give a sample prayer. Here's one called the Magnificat. My soul doth magnify the Lord, and my spirit hath rejoiced in God my Savior. For he hath regarded the lowliness of his handmaiden. For behold, from henceforth all generations shall call me blessed. For he that is mighty hath magnified me, and holy is his name, and his mercy is on them that fear him throughout all generations. He hath showed strength with his arm, and he hath scattered the proud in the imagination of their hearts. He hath put down the mighty from their seat, and he hath exalted the humble and the meek. He hath filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he hath sent empty away. He, remembering his mercy, hath holpen his servant Israel, as he promised to our forefathers Abraham and his seed forever. Amen. That's where it ends.
Jesus is coming back for his children, guys. Soon.
I do feel like we're in the end times. Not to like try to start a doomsday cult or anything, but like part of me does think like
I mean
things just seem I also it's the world has also never been like a safer place. There's less poverty worldwide. It's like gone down by like 50%. Like there's a lot of good things, but
yeah,
it feels like there's a lot of just like dark shit going on too.
Able to really tell like when it's the end times, but I feel like we're still getting close just because there's still a lot of wickedness out there, and we're to me at least one of the wickedest generations there's been. So I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
Because I think
each generation has their own, like, you know, their own.
That's the thing. I think
back
to like the Egyptians and like obviously Jesus is
very wicked.
And like what they did to him, like that alone, like obviously they were crucifying people back then and doing all types of stuff. So I don't know.
Meg Foster eyes. I'll take it. She was cute in some movies. Well, thanks for being here, Quadratic. Always a pleasure.
Quad, hey.
I don't know. Is there anything else to
we did have one more video to watch. Did we play the School of Life video?
Yeah, we did that one. That was the community video. It was School of Life. I think I just did those three videos. But if that's it, I don't know if we could drop the link in chat or if there's anything else to go through.
I do want to talk to like just chat for a minute, you know, shouts out. Let's see. I don't know if I feel like an open panel because I'm already gonna do an open panel like right after this.
True. Yeah, I'm fine. My voice is already dying. I'm such a streaming pussy. Like, so I'm fine with, you know, with wrapping it and then going back on your stream. I'll probably take a break, but I'll hop on like your.
Oh yeah, I was
panel
gonna
and
say I'm
stuff.
not doing trivia guys until at least like 9:30, 10 o'clock or something. So you have time, Ruby, obviously do your thing, whatever. But I want you there. I want you in the trivia.
Dude, no, I've actually been really wanting to play trivia, so
Okay,
I'm
good.
so down for that. I just need to, yeah, I'll take a little break, smoke a little weed, chill out.
And yeah, somebody gets to be the new lowrider of the week. And guys, I'm streaming all the way till 12. So just come watch. Even if you know you want to mute me, put me up on the tab or something. I'm trying to get my watch hours up. I'd really appreciate it. But other than that, yeah, I think we're gonna close it. If you want to read, do you want to read your daily devotional? Because I already read mine today. So
yeah, and also don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave comments. That's really good for the algorithm, even if it's just a little heart or an angel wing if you made it this far in the video. You know, we get some people coming to watch the replay, so shout out to them too. And yeah, and if you know someone who's creative and spiritual and might be interested, send them our way because we're trying to build a little community of people here. And we're always looking for guests and people to have on who are interested in the topic or have a story. You know, everyone has a story.
Exactly. Go ahead.
All right. So this is for today, February 19th. It says, "Come to my feast. Many times you have thought, Lord, if only I could have been one of the disciples who walked with you, witnessed your miracles, and experienced your presence as you walked the earth. I wish I could have been on the hillside when you multiplied bread and fish and heard the words of grace and love that fell from your lips. But I say to you, I'm in you, and we have become one. Come to my feast, a feast of love greater than you have ever known. I have set the table for you, and am ready to host you. Drink from the cup of bliss, the cup poured out for you. Did I not promise that if you hear my voice, my gentle knock on the door of your heart, and open the door, I will come in and bring a feast? Come today and feast on my love. It's a wedding feast of the bride and the bridegroom. It will satisfy every longing in your heart. So come and let your heart be at peace. My divine fullness will be more than enough." And then it has Ephesians chapter 5, verse 29. "No one abuses his own body but pampers it, serving and satisfying its needs." That's exactly what Christ does for his church. He serves and satisfies us as members of his body. And
Amen. Amen to that. Honestly, I probably think about that a lot. Like I don't wish, obviously I was back in like Jesus times, but I do wish that I could just like meet him and just know what it felt like to be in his disciples and to hear what he had to say and just give him a hug. Like that could just be like a surreal moment and feeling. And yeah, that's why I was just like smiling while you're reading that, because it just like made me think like, damn, I'd be asking myself or just like telling myself that all the time. Like I wish I was back there, just like, because it would be like life to me personally. I feel like it would be so much easier because you're right there with him, and like even after he dies, like you had that you know, what he has shown you, the love that he's already given you, your faith that like is unshakable. So it's like it's gonna stay there forever. But yeah, it's still easy, I guess, because I'm about to go lunch along and the restaurants fall off on us. We know we love you. We love you, King. We love you, King.
And also wait, no, never mind. I banned Spicoli on a different thing, not on LolAngels.
Okay. Well, shout out to H&K. Shout out to Tom, OPC, Tommy, of course, Junk, Milcow.
Yeah, we had a good turnout considering we're restreaming to like 4 other places. We still had like almost up to 50 in the chat, which is really great for a channel that's just starting up. It took me a while to build up to those kinds of numbers, so I feel super confident in our project and I'm just excited to keep doing it. And thank you so much to the chat. Everyone join the Discord. Don't be shy, introduce yourself and be a part of this, and we can all, I don't know, just try to be make a community, basically, is what I'm getting at. So
exactly.
yes.
And we love you guys, but God loves you absolutely so much more. And we hope you have the best rest of your night. Come on over to Riding High with Lo.
Yes,
If you
go right
guys
here with Lo.
continue.
I wish I could share. There's a way to like send chat, but you have to be monetized to do that. But we'll be able to do that someday, and then not
No,
too
we
far
will.
away
We
from
will. We
here.
will. Ruby.
And
We
chat, don't forget your homework is going to be 5 things you're grateful for. You know, be ready and keep an eye out for those things so that you can talk about it next week in chat, and just train your eye to look for things you enjoy, because the brain naturally looks for things to avoid, looks for pain, because that's survival. But we live in a relatively safe environment where you don't have to be in that mindset most times. So you have to actively go against it, you know? Anyway.
100%. But I love
Thank
you,
you for
Ruby,
being
and I love you
here.
all. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. See you
Yes.
later. LOL Angels. I love us.
Yes.